Hey guys, this is my very first video here, which is a reaction video for this channel, and this is basically my other channel wherein I wanted to give some of my 2 cents, especially those type of videos that really interest me when it comes to gender issues. So I'm just interested seeing those type of videos out there wherein I used to grow up knowing only 2 genders, so I'm a conservative type of guy, and this really this type of videos really resonates what I truly believe in when it comes to gender. So it's just really interesting for me to know this type of people really do exist. So let's get into it. So this one is from the fight highlights, which is guy versus girls in MMA. I'm a true fan, believer of MMA, especially the UFC. This is not sponsored, by the way. So I started watching them since 2005, I guess, 2005, 2006. So I'm usually waiting every fight night, or I'm usually every main event, that is. So let's go.
Guys in MMA. It's not often that fans will see intergender mixed martial arts action.
What? I thought she was the referee. I don't know. Let's see.
But where there's a will, there's a way. Typically, fighters are divided by gender, weight, and skill level. But these barriers aren't always there, and we'll spend this video highlighting some of these bouts. In this bout, we've got a display of 2 very different fighters. A 50-year-old man taking on a girl that has a size and apparent skill.
Look at that. Doing the middle finger. I don't know. Just maybe she's just trying to make sure that she's trying to make an impression that she's a tough person or a tough woman. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Advantage. Now, this isn't what you'll see when turning on a UFC or PFL card, but it's entertaining nonetheless. The female here strikes early and often with the roundhouse kicks and teep kicks up the middle, but the 50-year-old man is doing a good job mitigating the impact despite not really knowing how he's doing it.
I don't really people watching this type of fight. I don't know. I'd rather watch a man versus man fight, which is more exciting rather than this one, because basically there's a huge advantage when it comes to man, even though he's on his 50, but the other woman, even though she's huge, still the 50-year-old guy can knock out this woman, right?
Obviously struggling with the pressure, the man will turn his back to his opponent and run away. As the fight continues, things begin looking up for the older gentleman. His side kicks and body kicks seem to bother his female adversary. Now that he's found his timing and range, will he be able to do much with it? Not much. He's continually cut off and pushed against the cage. Though he's the furthest thing from a technical fighter, he's making his kicks and footwork work for him. The advancing female fighter just can't quite trap her opponent. However, she ends the round by pushing him down to the canvas. This match did have a hiccup of not being intergender, as the cornerman of the female fighter scaled the cage and attacked the 50-year-old. He was given the boot, and the bout continued, because why not? As the 3rd round begins, the man found the tools that'll work for him en route to victory. He takes his female foe down to the canvas.
Okay. It's kind of awkward, you know, wrestling the woman on the canvas. Basically, you're just hitting them with your genital. I don't know. It's kind of awkward for me, though. We're not raised putting our hands to the women here in the Philippines, so it's we pretty much respect every woman, because we are very close to our family members, especially the mother, sisters, niece, and also the aunties. Everyone who is a woman in our family or in our clan. So I don't know, this gives me an awkwardness vibe.
canvas and begins attacking from a headlock position. Right as the older man looks like he's about to
And look at that. He clamped his his arms to his groin. It's kind of awkward, you know.
finish the straight arm lock. Would you look at that? The corner man comes rushing back and attempts to attack again.
So probably this is not the best ratio when it comes to fighting, because women is considered two. Just kidding. And also, so this one is probably 3 versus 1. Okay, let's go.
Despite this interference, the bouts once again continued, and the older gentleman secures the submission victory with 10 seconds left in the fight.
Good for the guy.
All right, let's turn our attention to Poland, where MMA can, well, host any number of odd matchups. Don't get it wrong, Polish power is real, but the matchmaking can tend to a more obscure audience. When Piotr Lisowski met his smaller female adversary,
Look at the eyelashes. They can even, probably when he headbutt that girl, probably she can he can stab with those eyelashes.
things seemed a bit tense and largely felt wrong. This feeling was only exacerbated as the fight moved forward. Piotr had a clear size and strength advantage that allowed him to fight from the outside, but when the distance was closed, he'd easily secure the takedowns. The end of the first round saw Piotr on the bottom with a locked-in inverted triangle.
I don't know, it's kind of a pure disrespect for the hardened MMA fighter out there. They considered a clown on this platform. They should have known better, or probably they should get another profession rather than the MMA fighter. It's just make the 2 cents though.
Round 2 begins and it's more of the same. This poor blonde girl just didn't have the attributes required to take on Lisowski. He took him down once again in the second round and easily moved into the mount position. He then landed some ground and pound that warranted the referee's intervention. This event didn't end there. Yet another dolled-up male took on a much...
Look at the legs, bro. It's kind of funny. Probably, if they won't punch that, probably it will double its size. Oh my god. It's like Angelina Jolie times 5.
smaller female later that night. He was able to make it look less
Pag di sulit ng isang bagay, nangangati ako. $30,000?
competitive, although he might have been the least skilled on the card. A series of light but frequent punches urged the referee to stop the action almost instantly. Tired of seeing bigger men fighting women?
Okay.
Well, so are
That's a man boob.
we. But there's a whole lot of it. In this particular match, we have a guy who may be 1, 2, or 10 weight classes above his female.
That. Oh, God, bro. Oh. Look at the sweaty. That's kind of a sweaty one. Oh, I can imagine the smell of that one. Even from a few feet away. Probably. If he starts sweating, I can smell him a mile away.
Female opponent. Small and svelte doesn't mean she doesn't pack a punch, however. With evasive footwork and excellent timing, she tries to make the most out of what she's got. As she tries to dance around her opponent, she's eventually cut off and pressed against the fence. Forced to have this gentleman's weight pressed against her, things are looking rough for this female athlete. The referee eventually steps in and breaks the fighters for lack of action. Where she brings some technical striking and nice movement, this man's only using his size to press the action.
Imagine you are. Oh man, look at that. You are. Oh my god. Imagine the smell. Ooh. So guys, basically I have a high sense of smell. I can smell anything that is very unusual around my surroundings. So with this close to his armpit, I'll just puke a lot. My god. Oof.
He constantly presses her against the fence and wears on her. Again, these promotions are very bizarre. Ready for a callback? The woman from the previous video jumps into the octagon and attacks the forward-pressing man. Regardless, this match continues and actually ends up going the distance. The man, known as Grigory Chestiakov, won via decision.
Oh, man.
Shocker,
Oh,
right?
look at that. Wow.
This isn't the only instance of Grigory Chestiakov partaking in intergender mixed martial arts. He was also seen taking on Darina Madzia. He brought in the same game plan for this fight. He charged forward and hoped to suffocate his opponent.
I don't know. It's pretty obvious that this fight is... Oh, well, man has a good advantage with his size, his weight, and also power if you do some punching right.
Opponents not with a choke, but merely with his mass. This worked on the last girl, but Darina is a whole different animal. She attacked with straight shots, Superman punches, and kicks. These attacks bothered Grigory, and it showed on his face. Regardless, he was able to press her onto the fence per his game plan. However, a lack of action prompted the referee to step in, and they were placed back into the center of the ring. It was then that the unexpected happened. Darina landed a series of right hands that sent Grigory down to the mat. She then landed punch after punch, and her opponent then tapped out due to strikes. This might be the weirdest fight to ever take place, and that's saying a lot given the previous bouts in this video. Two tattooed fighters.
Oh, what is happening right now? Oy. Is it Takeshi 69? I don't know. And then we have the McGregor wannabe.
Old and young took on a female that doesn't exactly have the physique of one to challenge Amanda Nunes. However, she surprised many within seconds of the fight starting. A 2-on-1 handicap match would usually spell disaster immediately. But this woman is a better fighter than she appears to be. Or the two guys are just really, really bad. It might be all of the above. The bout.
Now, good thing. I don't know. This is a type of wrestling wherein everything is just scripted. But this one, oh, who pays for this kind of show? I don't know. Are they getting any money from this? Or just clout? Oh my god.
Begins, and so do the strikes. The older gentleman takes the lead and tries to close the distance using feints. But he sat down with a series of strikes from this brave woman. She didn't keep the knockdowns just for him, as she also rocked the younger of the male fighters. It's hard to secure a TKO and finish when you have two opponents to deal with, so these knockdowns were often interrupted. All three athletes, we use that word lightly here, are back on their feet and the action ensues. Again, it's the older gentleman advancing and giving it his all to attempt strikes.
Oh my god. That man, that's the McGregor, the older guy, the McGregor wannabe, is probably, if he is in here in the Philippines, he probably has some arthritis already. He can't even stand. Oh my god. But kudos to the old gentleman there, still trying to show his prowess when it comes to fighting. So yeah, more like Chuck Liddell when it comes to his hair passion statement, I guess.
The woman has the size advantage, but she's clearly on the more difficult side of the matchmaking. Regardless, she's doing very well. The two men are hesitant to close the distance now, and they know the woman has the ability to knock them down. The first round concludes, and it seems that the woman won that one on the judges' scorecards.
Oh my god.
In this bout, we have a man taking on a woman in a backyard kickboxing match.
Oh.
While the setting isn't as high profile as previous entries, the bout may hold the most skill in this entire video. The girl sporting the Muay Thai shorts, while her male opponent seems to be wearing Dickies, which aren't exactly known as garb for a kickboxing match.
What the?
Regardless, the match begins and the action is immediately interesting. The girl does a great job jabbing and throwing leg kicks, moving her head off the center line as she does so. She shells up well whenever the guy tries to brawl with her. She seems to have formal training and a higher than normal fight IQ. However, the longer the match goes on, the more comfortable the guy becomes. He begins landing kicks of his own and finding his range. The longer the fight goes on, the more it seems that it plays into the man's favor.
I know this kind of backyard fighting is definitely 100% nonsense. Oh man, it's quite silly. I don't know.
The girl's still in the bout by the end of the first round, but it seems that her cardio is failing her. The second stanza just picks up where the first round dropped off. The man's throwing combinations and landing a good amount of shots, while the girl's landing leg kicks, but they've lost most of their steam. In the most exciting moment of the fight, the girl goes high with a kick and lands hard enough to send her opponent's mouthpiece flying. The two continue to exchange in what is a pretty closely contested fight. This bout went all 3 rounds and needed the help of the judges to see who won.
No one won probably. I'm gonna just split the prize afterwards. So I guess that's it. Well, thank you guys. I know it's my first time doing some reaction video, and the disadvantage between man and woman when it comes to sports or fighting, especially in the scene of MMA. You can see there are different people who are trying to make it balance in some way. As we can see from the previous clips, and still men will definitely win in every situation because of the power. But yeah, I guess this is the world that we are living in right now, so probably I'll find more clips like this or videos like this and probably do some more reaction if you are still interested watching me doing this, guys. So thank you guys for viewing this video, and see you next time. Okay, bye.